What's going on? Sam Cologne here, aka The Messenger, and welcome to the show. Right now, this recording is actually the producer's edition, and we got our guy here, B. Hey, what's up, B?
Peace, peace, peace.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Not much, man. Excited as always, man. I love when we start chopping it up on different topics. And the previous recording, we talked about happiness, and we talked about purpose. And there was some things that, I guess stuck out to you. And then after we stopped the recording, we started saying, well, it's interesting this and that and this.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, let's chop it up real quick, huh?
Facts. Yeah. So in a spiritual space, you always taught that the more in tune you get, the more spiritually aligned you get, the more peaceful you become, the less, for a lack of a better word, knock some shit loose, if that makes sense. Whether it's energetically, whether it's vocally, whether it's physically, you're taught that once you reach a certain pinnacle in your spiritual journey, that part is, you can't do that. And hearing you say like, nah, you get to a place where you know you're neutral. You choose to go here or here. And in my journey, hearing that now is like, it's refreshing. You know, like I was saying, my dad always talked about the twin in me because I'm a Gemini. He's like, there's basically the good twin and the bad twin, or the good twin and the twin that you don't want to fuck with. And he's like, that one, you got to be careful with that one, even though you are going to have to use him. But I never got it from a point of how you explained it today, where it's like, nah, I have every right to make the choice consciously that I'm going to move my energy in this way. And in this way, it may be abrasive, or it may be one of them, I told you to chill, but in that moment it's necessary. So it's kind of, not even kind of, my boy Brick City, I keep saying I'm gonna link y'all, and I didn't. But he's on it the same way. It's like, don't get it fucked up. Like, yeah, I will namaste you all day, but I will knock your shit loose if I need to. And he stands on that. It's like, nah, I stand on that. And it's just dope. Like, you don't have to be this pushover. You don't have to be this person. Because I say all of that because it's been a struggle for me to be the positive person, to be the person that everybody looks to with the good energy, the good vibes, the lighthearted, whatever. It'd be tough sometimes to express that part of me, the anger, the frustration, not the sadness. The sadness I'm cool with. I'll cry. It's not a problem for me, but it's the anger, the frustration, like that part of it that I almost feel like I can't display that because somehow that is going to taint the positive energy that I put forth all the time. You get me? So a lot of that shit, I suffer in silence. I keep it a bean. You know?
Yeah. You hold it in.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. So I see what you're saying, and I could speak from my perspective of what I've been through, because I've felt the same way, years ago, going through my process of understanding my emotions, my feelings, when to react, when not to react. And at that point when you're still thinking to yourself like, damn, like I shouldn't have. You still are being controlled by the emotion, right?
Gotcha.
So it's more about like letting go of like just emotions in general, like happiness, sadness, anger, just everything. Just be in a state of peace, of neutrality, where you can go deep into that heart space and just neutral. Bring coherence to your mind, to your heart, to your body, to the energy around you. You feel this sense of peace. If we want to put a word to it, a sense of peace that it's like almost sometimes numbness. Like you're so peaceful, then who the fuck cares? Hey, you could be mad, it doesn't matter. You want to be happy, it doesn't matter. It's just
Yeah.
peace. And so like that's when some people the saying that I've heard that I found so funny is like you're so heavenly minded that you earthly no good. Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
You know, you're no good, right? Because you're so like all up here, you're not grounded. You know,
Yeah.
and so. The thing where I found comfort within myself was when I got to the point of neutrality. At first, it was a little alarming because it's like, well, I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
I don't feel shit. I don't feel happy. I don't feel sad. I don't even feel peace. I don't feel shit. Right? So for some people that might be alarming. It's like, oh shit, like I don't want to feel nothing. But then you realize when you go past that point of not feeling anything, you realize like I'm everything. I don't feel one thing because I'm feeling everything at the same time and none of it has control over me.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Now, when you're in that point of neutrality, now you can step into the role necessary. A lot of times we fall into roles unconsciously. We're just going off another beautiful word, reaction.
Yeah.
Right? We react. People use words without even thinking about it. Like, oh yeah, I'm reacting. Like, what's reacting?
Yeah.
You're acting out something that you already acted out before. Reacting again and again and again and again and again unconsciously based upon the shit that you you got in there unconsciously, subconsciously, however the fuck you want to call it. You caught up in this pattern
Yeah.
that you're reacting constantly. If you're reacting, later on, you catch yourself. Right? Damn, I acted that way. I shouldn't have acted that way. I should have done that shit, whatever.
Facts.
Or you're about to react and then you catch yourself and you don't say nothing because you're like, this ain't gonna end well. You're still a victim. You're still being controlled by the emotion. Now, when you're here with it, neutrality, you can see the everything 360 degrees, and you can see the different possibilities of outcome. And you can say to you, and this all happens in a split second. You can say to yourself, like, you know what? Today I'm gonna be that guy. And you can step in from that perspective.
Yeah.
Because you see how it's gonna benefit the whole.
Gotcha.
Right? But when you going in on some unconscious shit, and I'm not saying we're human.
Yeah.
Like, if you get unconscious sometimes and you react, then now you know, like, oh, there's a pattern here that I was unaware of. And I'm reacting it. Okay, now since I reacted, what is this thing? Where did it come from? How can we let go of this? How can I shift it so that I don't react again?
Yeah.
And next time, now it's in your toolbox where you can say like, okay, I could be this guy, but it's coming from a place of like, I know I'm gonna be this guy.
Yeah.
I'm not reacting. I see that in this role, this guy right here is necessary to fulfill this.
Yeah.
You know, because there's been times that, you know, one of the people that I have the toughest conversations with is my wife.
Yeah.
Right? And so sometimes we can get caught up on like, oh, what's gonna happen if I say that or this and that? And,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you know what? Today I gotta be that guy.
Yeah.
And that guy is typically not the guy that she wants to hear from.
Yeah.
Right? But guess what? I'm being that guy, but from a place of neutrality.
Yeah.
And that place that knows at the end result of this is that you are going to have an awakened moment. Because I played this role for you in such a way that I'm grounded.
Yeah.
I'm not letting your emotions suck me in. I'm not letting you like, because you're upset, I'm getting more upset. No.
Yeah.
I'm doing this by design.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's being in that place where now you whole. Like I step in when I get pissed, it's because I want to be pissed. When I'm happy, it's because I want to be happy.
Yeah.
You know, when I want to be neutral, it's because I want to be neutral. Like, and there's things that happen that make you sad. I can't say that. Okay, if I get bad news, I'm not gonna be sad. No, I'm gonna be sad, right?
Yeah.
But now, how am I gonna act in that sadness? How long am I gonna be in that sadness?
Yeah.
Am I gonna let this sadness out create more thoughts and more energy and more emotions to get me acting unconsciously?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'll be sad for whatever amount of time I want to be sad.
Yeah.
And once I'm done with that, okay, no, I'm done. Let's step off and now let's start living life the way by design, the way I choose to. You know, emotional mastery, or people call emotional intelligence, it's not a simple thing.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't even know what is emotions, like what is this, where it come from. I think last week we touched on, like I was talking about the patterns
Yeah.
of what an energetic thing how an emotion is and how it's using you. You're not using it.
Yeah.
And this is an example when you react and you get caught up in certain things
Yeah.
that the emotion is using you.
I noticed that though. Especially when it comes to me and my wife, we've gotten way better with it. But we both would do it to each other. She'll be feeling some type of way about something, and because she's feeling some type of way, I feel some type of way because she's feeling some type of way about something, and vice versa. I'm feeling some type of way, and she'll feel some type of way because I'm feeling some type of way. As I say, maybe in the last 6 months or so, we like noticed that and started talking. Like we have this thing called We Just Be Talking. We got like maybe 100 episodes. I like just throw the phone on and us talking. Whether we pass it down to the kids or we do something with it, who knows? But we're documenting the journey of our discovery. And that part was like, it's like, why when I feel some type of way, why do you feel some type of way? Then it's like, because I can't do anything. In that moment, I'm helpless in that moment as far as getting us past whatever this static is. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but why do you seem angry? You know what I mean? Like when that happens. Oh, well, I never really looked at it as anger. I just looked at it as frustration. Okay, well, why do you get frustrated? You know what I mean? So it's like picking apart that space of like, just because there's an emotional response doesn't mean that it has to be out of control. It can be in control. It's not to say that it happens every time. Like clearly it doesn't happen every time, especially being new to the awareness. But I can say that our we don't see eye to eye has drastically changed over the years, and over the last couple of years even more so. Just because I'm not trying to be mad with you. You're not trying to be mad with me, or you're not trying to be whatever it is that emotional response is. So why are we flexing it on each other? We don't gotta flex it on each other.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? We can just look right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm feeling. I'm a little all over the place. So I'ma just go skate and do this. Or I need a little bit of time to kind of like process the through line. Cause me, I'm in the moment. I can hear it. I can minority report it, like, you know, see the different angles or whatever. I don't always choose the right one, but for the most part, I land in a place where it's like, I don't want to cause no more static, so I'm gonna just be quiet. The moments that I don't are the moments that be like, damn, I could have just,
Shit got crazy.
you know what I'm
You
saying?
got hijacked, bro.
Yeah,
You got
for real.
hijacked by anger.
Yeah.
You got hijacked with like, I'm fucking right.
Yeah.
I'm going down to the fucking grave with this.
Yeah.
The ego kicks in, pride kicks in, and those emotions are using you in that point in time to feed off your energy. Now, that's where, like, if you look at that as like this leech,
Yeah.
fucking vermin hijacking you, sucking your life away.
Yeah.
You're gonna think twice to fucking let pride get in the way. You're gonna think twice before you allow your anger to get out of control. Because you know there's this thing stifling, sucking your energy away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a different perspective versus like just express. I'm pissed off, I don't give a fuck, blah, 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 blah. I know I'm fucking right. Thinking about that, like, oh shit, like I'm not gonna let my emotions get hijacked. I'm not gonna let my energy get hijacked by these emotions. Like it's not happening.
Is that how you got in, like how did you get into that space where you're aware of it, and how did you get the tools to not only be aware of it but to like be able to move appropriately in the moment?
Interesting. Now that piece that I was sharing, that was more something that came out That's not something that I can say that helped me transition. Right? That's something that came out in this conversation that
Yeah.
we mentioned before.
Understood.
So it may be something for you there, but as far as like for me, what happened was more of just becoming more aware and creating space. How did I create that space? Meditation. So through meditation, you give yourself space to think things through, to see things from different angles, and to slow the mind down enough to create space. Viktor Frankl, if you guys read book, he's I can't remember the title of the book right now, but Viktor Frankl uses this. Also, Stephen Covey, Seven Habits of a Successful Person. He uses this too, and it's exactly right. You create space between the stimulus and your response. So like when you start to like meditate and take the time to actually see, okay, this is how I behave when this happened, become aware of your patterns. When something's about to when something is triggering you, you created the space because you created the observer perspective of that reaction already.
Gotcha.
So you see, okay, I behaved like this. That wasn't good. You're observing. You're learning yourself. You're learning these behaviors that you have. So what starts to happen as you do that, you create the space enough for that you can make a different decision at that point in time. Follow me?
Yeah.
So like something happens, now you have the tools, you have the know-how, and you have the space to say like, no, I'm not gonna act like that.
Got that
That's-
buffer.
yeah, you got the buffer, exactly. I'm not gonna act like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do different, right? And then at that point in time when you make the decision to do different, what needs to come out will come out.
Gotcha.
You don't have to plan the shit out. You made a different decision. I want to do better. I want to do different. And the moment that you do that, things start to click in there differently. That reticular activated system starts to look at information that you probably got from a movie, that you probably saw from this romantic flick, that you
Yeah.
probably saw from this therapist thing, or you probably read from a book. It starts to pull information for you to bring the right information that needs to be shared at that point in time.
Yeah.
But you opened up the door by saying, I want to do different, and creating the space.
Got you.
So when you do that, bro, like the things that are going to come out of your mouth, it's like, I said that? Like, what? You
yeah.
know, you've had the experience already.
Yes. I done seen things I've written and I can't, not that I don't believe it, but I know that it wasn't my conscious mind illustrating that stream of thought. It was, I know it was coming from somewhere else. It's not to say that I'm not capable of that. It's just the pattern falls a little different. It's like the difference between speaking from your heart and speaking from your head. Speaking from your heart, it's like it's almost like a well, as opposed to like an umbrella. Like I feel like when I talk from logic and reason, there's an umbrella. It's not to say there's
It's
a cap.
container,
Yeah.
but coming from here.
Yeah.
But it's very well illustrated. When it comes to the heart, it's like a well, the toroidal field, which is a good illustration of what it looks like. That's very interesting, and that's a good piece that you brought in, which is the heart. When you take the time to meditate, you have no, it just happens, bro. You drop from here to here. Like you're giving yourself the space to to go into like what we could call homeostasis, your natural state, right? Your state of being.
Yeah.
And when those thoughts start to slow down, you can start to drop into the heart. The more time you spend in there, there's infinite wisdom in there too, man. And so like all these pieces start to like fall together, and you're gonna know exactly what to say, how to say it, when to say it, what tonalities.
Yeah.
You know, the more that you express it and the more that you embrace it, the more information comes to you, you know? And I don't want to keep on going too far down because everybody's path is different, and I'm not trying to like throw stuff that
statement.
to like be like, oh, like this is no. Like just trust that process, to give yourself time to be with self, to see your own thoughts and behavior, to see the bullshit that you've picked up on your around your life that causes you to react a certain way. And so like, as you give yourself that space, then tap in and make the decision like, I want to do better.
Yeah.
Like I choose to do better.
Yeah.
And the moment you make that choice to do better, the information that comes from infinite information, you're gonna say and do and act, switch tonalities, say certain things, do certain things that you didn't even think to do. Like it's like, wow, what the fuck, I just did that.
Yeah.
But the more you trust that, the more you be like, yeah, I did do that. And then and now you can start to like meld that part of you, right?
Yeah.
Create a unity with that mind, body, spirit, universal energy that people talk about it in a more like woo standpoint, but
Yeah.
even when it comes to like the whole science, like the brain becomes more whole. Like the brain, the gray matter in between the left and the right hemisphere starts to come together when you meditate. And that space that you're creating causes the synapses to actually work a lot better.
The firing of neurons.
Yes, 100%. Because when you don't do that, most of the time, once you get angry, once your emotions get involved, the left side of the brain shuts down, which is the logical part, which is the part that allows you to think things through.
Yeah.
And there's no connection if you're not meditating and that gray matter in between is not connecting. There's no connection between the left and the right. Once the left shuts off, the right is taking over.
Fuck you! I never liked your mother's cooking. Oh shit!
Yo, why you gotta bring my mama in this, bro? Oh, don't let me talk about your father now.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, because there's no logical thinking there. They're just
Yeah.
throwing everything at you.
Yeah.
Because they're so angry and they just anything that they could do to like defend themselves, protect themselves, and hurt you.
I think a lot of, because I had a friend who used to say to me all the time, like, yo, I never seen you upset. He's like, I never see you mad. Like, I want to see you get mad like one time. And for me, being mad are always associated with losing control. Being angry are always associated with losing control. And for me, I feel like once you reach that certain point, like you don't have control over what it is you're saying. It is what it is. Like it's all fair game. I don't give a fuck. I don't. So it's like for me, I've always teetered in that space, like I was saying before, with anger and frustration. I've always felt like the moment I express this anger, that is me losing control. Get me? So it's like having this conversation with you, I'm like, yeah, no, that's why. I don't, because I feel like anger and being mad or a certain level of frustration is just, you don't have control over your shit. And that's a place that I remember in high school, one of the last like physical fights I had, the dude, we in school with the little water gun, just playing. It's the summertime. We about to be out of here playing around with the water gun. And I take the water gun. I'm shooting people. Same way I got shot. I'm shooting people. I shoot this guy, and he slaps me in my face. Like not like a like, yo, like, man, you better get the fuck out of here. It was more like, yo, stop playing with me, yo. And I lost my shit. And ever since that day, I was like, yeah, I gotta chill. Cause I know when I get there,
Yeah, bad things happen.
yeah, I don't particularly like not having control. Like especially over that. Anger is like it's like love to me. Love is powerful. I feel like anger is like the rebuttal to love and shit. It's like, oh, you love? Well, we hate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like tapping into that when you're not careful, when you're not conscious, anything, you could kill somebody and not even think about it when you're doing it, and then now it's done, and now you done up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like,
man.
I've always associated, or I'm realizing in this conversation that I've associated like being angry or being mad or being upset is losing control.
Yeah. Wow, that's serious. It reminds me of a story. I had a similar one. My daughter Sky, she was young. I was playing ball with my brother, and my brother had some beef with a neighborhood kid. And he was like, "Hold on, give me a second." So he goes over there to talk to the dude. Dude had his pit, and I see the dude's like
Yeah. moving your hands too much,
Like
dog.
I'm like, I'm not liking this, right? So I put the basketball down or whatever, and I walk over. I'm like, what's good? What's going on? It's like, cause this small, you already know, like
Yeah.
the grimy, and little by little, that anger started rising
Yeah.
and rising, and then he's like, you already know what it is. What do you want to do? And he said that to my brother, and it was just like, I was no
Yeah.
longer there.
Done.
Gone. Gone. The next thing I remember,
Yeah. You getting pulled off.
after the first punch,
Yeah.
the next thing I remember is when my boot was coming off his mouth and I saw his teeth hit the floor.
Damn.
That's when I fucking like,
Yeah.
what did I
I don't
do?
want that. Yeah.
What did I do? I had blood all over my fists,
Yeah.
my boots. I'm like, what the? I went to my dad's house. I got emotional. I started crying. I'm like, I don't like it like that. What the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm like, I gotta go find this guy. I gotta go, cause I'm like, I've been out of that game, like street stuff. Like I didn't want no parts.
Yeah.
But I come to go visit, and I'm playing ball with my brother, and then this happens. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? You know?
Yeah.
And so like I literally for days I felt bad about it, and I felt the same way, like lost control.
Yeah.
I lost control. I wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
And that's literally your logical mind is gone. My guy is gone.
Yeah.
That's nothing but animal right there. And that animal, when that animal comes out, it's untamed because the right side, you haven't taken the time to connect the left with the right in the point of neutrality, that gray matter, that shit that brings the brain's hemispheres together.
Yeah.
Like neutrality is a powerful thing when we look at it, not just in the universe, but within ourselves, the way the brain works.
Yeah.
Bringing those brain matters together, the way the heart works, being in that heart center.
Yeah.
Like bringing the coherence, neutrality between the brain and the heart, where there's devices that measures the coherence between the two.
Because I'm sitting here thinking from an electrical standpoint, without the neutral, the positive goes crazy. There's no way to control the positive without the neutral. So it's like the power is on, but without the neutral, you don't have a way to harness it and push it where you want it to go. So it's like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like how you saying the reticular activator?
Yeah.
All I've been doing at work is digging into electrical ohms, how they work, amperages, how they work, so forth and so on. And it's like watching a guy touch a live wire, but not be touching nothing else, and be able to, without getting shocked, is like, oh, I get it. Because the moment that power has another place to go, it's going to go there. You're the neutral now. You're the one that's giving it the conductivity to like move somewhere else.
Channel. Yeah.
It's a pretty fucking interesting perspective.
I love the way you're using your concept of reality, what it is like for you now to actually relate with this and get the information to.
I see it.
Yeah. But that's exactly right, man. And so, like, it's important, like, these little techniques of finding yourself in that neutral place where you can observe. And when things go haywire, you created that connection between the two that allows you to not lose your shit.
Yeah.
You can allow yourself, okay, I'm going to get a little worked up right now. I'm going to be that guy right now.
Yeah.
You know? And do that without yourself getting pulled in to unconscious behavior where you're just an animal.
Yeah.
You're no longer a human being, you're a human animal. Like you're a fucking savage.
Yeah.
And like one thing that I've seen, especially even studying like martial arts and stuff, they talk about being able to harness this power, harness the fire, harness this animal within us, and not get rid of it, but be able to integrate it.
Yeah.
Like when you can be okay with your devil, when you can be okay with your animal, and you can look at that motherfucking like, take it easy.
Yeah.
And be able to be like, let's go, it's time to go to work.
Yeah.
And be able to go, if you need, that's self-mastery. And that right there allows you to be whole. A lot of people talk about wholeness. They talk about all this, woo-woo shit. But we're only talking about
peace.
Good and peace. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like who doesn't want to be in the state of bliss, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you want to walk around here being angry and all that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you embrace that shit though. You don't freaking hide it. Because
Yeah.
when you suppress it, you become passive aggressive. And being passive aggressive is way worse.
That shit is mad.
And it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy. You got these people that say like, oh, I'm this and that. Why are you dying from cancer right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hereditary. No, it's not. Your insides are fucking dying.
Yeah.
Because you're not fully embracing all of you. We want to talk about whole. We want to talk about be one.
Yeah.
Let's embrace the dark and the light. Because they're the both sides. There's one coin, just different sides.
True.
And being able to integrate that in your life in such a way like, I know I'm a fucking beast.
Yeah.
I know I'm a lion. I know I could be the fucking cynical motherfucker that'll blow up the motherfucking world if I need to.
Yeah.
But I choose not to.
Yeah.
And I keep that guy there. Like he doesn't. No, we don't need to be
pushing
we
people.
we don't need to be. You know, he's chilling right now. He kicked back smoking a blunt. Let's leave him there.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
leave him alone. There's no need for us to. But I do have that access to that,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna deny that to myself. Like I'm not gonna deny it. If I'm upset and I see that in this scenario, me expressing, allowing anger to express through me for this scenario to be a full picture, and I'm gonna play the role that I see that's gonna be beneficial to others. And again, this happens in seconds. This is not like I'm sitting there analyzing. They're like in fractions of a second. You know, like I gotta play this guy today,
Understood.
and you do it, and you play that guy. For the most part, it's good to be happy. It's good to be chill.
Yeah.
But sometimes that guy has to be
Regulate.
there.
You gotta regulate.
You got to regulate, and this is not oh, don't take me there because you don't want me.
Yeah.
You don't. That's not. That's
No,
not.
I get when I get pissed off.
Yeah, that's not what this is. Not it.
no.
That's not it.
Yeah.
That's being out of control.
Yeah.
That's you're scared. You're voicing a warning.
Yeah.
Because you're scared that if I get there, I'm not sure what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So don't get me there.
Yeah.
You've been there. I've been there. I know a lot of you. You've been there. Like once it's too late.
Yeah.
Like you're not even there.
Yeah.
But
It's
when
on.
it's on, that's it. It's on, and it's on, and you don't even know it's on
Yeah.
because you're gone.
Yeah.
You completely checked out. There's somebody else in control.
Your boot is coming off the face. And
That's
its
it.
Teeth on the ground. That's it.
That's all you remember.
Oh,
bro,
shit.
I'll be honest with you. I had nightmares from that experience, like glimpse of it.
Did you ever make amends? with
I never
homeboy?
did. I never did, because the guy never wanted even to come around me. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he didn't want.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, he didn't want to come around.
Watch who you talking to.
Yeah. Oh man. Lord,
man.
Lord.
It's
But, yeah.
unfortunate,
Yeah.
but I know that the path isn't always. Some of us are hard headed. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, it takes that jolt to like with my wife, our relationship got way stronger when she showed me how I wasn't caring for it with the certain vibrato that I said I was caring for it. It's like you saying you caring for it, but you here, you there, you doing this, you doing that. Like, what in all of this that you're doing for the family are you actually spending time with the family? Like making time for the family.
That's a powerful one right there.
Yeah, listen, to be hearing that, and I knew I was growing because I didn't have a rebuttal. I didn't even have a rebuttal. Like I just, whatever, spirit, it was just like, just sit with it. Like just sit with it. Cause the old me, I'd have but explain that shit all the way away. And it was like, it was a hard truth, but it was a necessary truth. I needed to hear it that way in order for it to be like, to open the door. You know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, all right. And it's been up. It's not to say that I haven't been dialed in, but I have been careless. I have been, I have been unaware of where I say my attention is and where my attention actually is. It's like, all right, well, nah, you doing all right. However, let me show you the perspective of, where you could do better. And I needed it that way. A soft like, hey, babe, we love you and everything. It's great, you know. I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But
It,
that
it would never hit. It would never hit. It would have been like, yeah, you heard it, but it didn't hit.
because it'd be like logical listening, and then I call it heart hearing, if that makes sense.
That's perfect.
Because it's like you can hear something and process it from your brain, from the umbrella. But it's different when you hear it like through there. It's like now I hear it, but I feel it. I don't just it's beyond audible. It's like now I'm connected to the feeling of this thing, the energy that's behind it, as opposed to the words that are being said. It's like I could gloss over that shit if I'm just logical. Like, yeah, I feel you, all right. But then it's like, nah, all right. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up and then sit with this, and I'm gonna allow it to be what it be. And that probably was the most singular thing in my last 10 years of my adult life that like changed the trajectory for a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I could see that. See it in your eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
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 I see who looking. You know? Yeah, you saying blah, 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 but what's your son saying? Oh, he know my heart. Yeah, do he? If you don't communicate it, how do we? She know my heart. Do she? If I ain't communicating it, especially if I'm not communicating it the way that they communicate.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
So it's like just because
That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And that takes awareness to get to that point, to be like, I can feel that I'm doing the right thing, but are they receiving it?
Yeah.
Right? Awareness and then communication.
Yeah.
Communicating in that place, from that place of like, okay, I'm going to hear you. What is it that you want from me, right?
Yeah.
So like with my wife, there's this book called Love Language, right? Like men's are from Mars, women's from Jupiter, some shit like that. From Venus, yeah, some shit like that, right? And then, they talk
from
about,
space.
well, exactly.
Yeah.
So you talk about like different love languages.
Yeah.
Some people like touch, some people like gifts, some people like that. Now, I think people have a combination of all,
Yeah.
just they like a little bit more than others, right? Like with my wife, hers is affection. She likes to be held. She likes to be kissed.
Yeah.
She likes to have that embrace.
Physical touch.
That physical touch.
Yeah.
And it's not just physical touch, because I'll physical touch all the time.
Boom, boom. Yeah.
But it's that embrace, that hug, that like, I love you, I'm here. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And so that's her. With me, it's active partner, right? That's my love language.
Yeah.
I want you to be active in this co-creation that we are doing. Like, let's go to the gym together. Let's do this. Like, I want my partner there. Let's create together.
Yeah.
That's my thing,
Quality time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could call it that, right?
Yeah.
So being able to build together,
Yeah.
create life together, that's my love language.
Yeah.
If you are not showing interest in the creation that we call life that we're building together, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
Right? And then the same thing goes with her. If I'm not showing that intimate connection where, she doesn't feel like that warm embrace and that safety and that she matters to me enough that I'm going to stop whatever I'm doing to go give her a nice hug and tell her I love her,
Yeah.
then she has a problem, right?
Yeah.
So a practice that we put in place was asking each other at the end of the night, like, how was my affection towards you today?
Yeah.
And this is it makes, to some people this may seem transactional, and they just can't register doing this. But here's the thing, like, you're working on this relationship because you guys are growing.
Yeah.
But you grow differently. And if this communication is not there, then the bridge is just gonna get bigger and bigger. And you could both be growing, but you're growing in different directions. Like trees grow branches. They grow different directions.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So we want to be able to create that gap by communicating and stating what it is that we are looking for this relationship and checking in every day.
Yeah.
So we check in on the evenings. That evening, that's our time. We shower together. We chill in the bathroom. We be in there like an hour. Sometimes the kids like, pum, get the fuck out. What are you guys doing? I'm like, yo, there's 3 other bathrooms in this house.
Don't handle that.
Get out of here. But we've been
Facts.
there, and then we chop it up. We talk about it. We talk like, how was I today in the affection level, and she said, how was I today in the being active level,
Yeah.
and that right there is just knowing that your partner cares enough to ask you that on
Yeah.
a regular basis.
It's fire.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
fire. A lot of people don't get that with being in a partnership either though. People don't true up with each other. It's like I had said it on a post a while ago. Somebody was saying like, "Oh, if you have expectations, how do you get rid of the like basically you with your partner and then your partner starts doing or expecting starts moving in a new way, like basically growing, right? They're growing and they don't like this thing anymore. Let's say food. Oh, we love pizza. We used to go to the pizza spot all the time, and now my partner doesn't like pizza anymore. But I'm unaware that my partner is on this journey where in that journey they decided pizza wasn't a part of it no more. But I get upset because this thing that we used to do together, we don't do it anymore because now you don't like it. Or I deem that you don't like it. It's not that I don't like it, it's just this part of my journey, it's not, I didn't bring that with me. What I said was people don't grow individually together. It's one thing for me to be on my shit and it's one thing for you to be on your shit, but it's a different thing when you're communicating me that where you actually are in this space. Because if I don't know, and I can't adapt to the changes that you're growing into. Same for me. You can't adapt to where I'm changing because you don't even know I'm changing. You don't know that my interest and my attention is on other things because we don't talk. It's not transactional. It's called fucking communication.
100%.
At the end of the day. So it's like, if I can't sit down with the person that I'm breaking bread with, we commingling our bills, we building a family, so forth and so on, but I can't even sit down and ask you where you are, like where are you at on your path? My own opinion, I think it's pretty lame to exist in a relationship that we can't even communicate that.
100%. And I would say the opposite of that is transactional, right? Because people may go, oh, that's uncomfortable. What do you mean we're going to be talking? Yeah. You in a relationship. Well, I got to ask them what they like every day. No, it's not that. It's communication. I would say the opposite of that is how most people live. I would say, let's just say in American culture, it's transactional. You wake up, both go separate ways, go to work, come back, do whatever you got to do to get through the day, take the kids to here, do this, blah, 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 blah. You eat, you take a shower, maybe you sleep with each other, maybe you don't, go to sleep, go do it again. Weekends come, do everything that you got to do on Saturday. Sunday, if you go to church, maybe you go to church, do whatever, and then do it again and again and again. That to me is transactional. But taking the time to every evening connect with your spouse. How did I do today? How did you do today? How was your day? Is there anything I could do to help? And and sometimes those conversations, they ain't easy.
True.
Because a lot of times they're great, beautiful, it's wonderful. We have those conversations, we take a shower, whatever, everything's good. But sometimes those conversations, you don't get the response that you're thinking that you're gonna get, and things get a little crazy in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Kids be banging like, "Hey, what's going on? Why you minute?"
We heard y'all yelling. We not yelling. We just passionate.
Yeah, we're talking very passionately right now. Yes, but sometimes those conversations they get heavy, you know.
they do.
But that's growth. And if you're gonna be with somebody, you want to be able to have that open door, so you have that open communication, so that you feel that you don't have to hide nothing from your partner.
Facts.
Like, the liberty that you have when you feel like you can tell your partner everything.
That's a fact.
It's beautiful. Your struggles, your wins, and the shit in between that you don't even know what it is that you're feeling. Like, that's beautiful to be able to go to your partner with that. But a lot of times people can't, because they don't build that relationship.
True.
And one of the things for the downfalls, especially for men, is they take all that shit on and they can't even go to their women with vulnerability and say, "Babe, I'm stressed." Today was a stressful motherfucking day.
Yeah.
Like I feel the weight of the world on me. I feel this and I feel that, and I know I have all these ambitions, but I feel it right now.
Yeah.
And your lady be able to look at you like, babe, I hear
Yeah.
you. You got this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Without you feeling like if I tell my wife this, she gonna think I'm weak. She gonna think she gonna panic.
She gonna use it against
Yeah, she gonna use it against me, or she gonna panic. She gonna think that we're in a bad situation right now. No, it ain't that. I just want to be able to express myself.
That's
and
it.
and that happens when you do it, when you build that muscle, when you actually start working with each other. And the shit is, bro, like when that happens, they're gonna bring things out of you that you are unaware.
That's a fact.
Like the things that you say, I don't even know what the fuck I'm feeling.
Yeah.
They're gonna be able to show you a perspective. They're gonna be like, did you ever think about that? You know what? I never fucking did.
My wife is like a fucking whisperer when it comes to that shit.
Nice.
We had our situation a couple weeks ago with my son at his school, and we're having like a real intimate conversation. Not like we don't have them, but this was like I feel like this was like another degree, like we graduated or something. And we in the kitchen, and this is the first time I ever told her, I said, a lot of times when I say I'm good, but I don't be good. I don't be. And she looked at me like, she said, I know. She's like, I'm glad you saying it.
Yeah, thank you for being honest with me.
She's like,
I've been waiting for you to tell me.
and I'm like, for real? Like I was hiding that shit or something, but it's like, that's my road dog. So of course she know when shit is off, she could,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? In the
Yeah.
air, she like, nah, that shit is a little off. What's up?
Yeah.
And I be like, so now instead of diving into what it is, it's like I'm processing something. But when we talk, like Sunday is our date day every week religiously, we linking and we out. Kids, we love y'all. Would y'all want some pancakes and shit? All right, we gone, right? We talk about it on those days where it's like, remember the other day when I was like, this is what was happening. And it's like, it's dope to be in a space where I feel like she's a soft place to land. Before we moved to where we at now, that was like, before I got the job and all of this. She had said that to me one day, like pull me to the side, we in the house. This is like at the crux of like, either we gonna do this shit or we ain't gonna do this shit no more, right? And it wasn't like bad blood, no infidelity. It's just like where my brain was and my actions were, they weren't in step with what we're doing. It's like I'm a lone wolf on a team. That makes sense. And she's like, I just want you to know, like with me, I'm always going to do my best for you, to be a soft place for you to land. She's like, so if there's anything you want to say to me, like I'm not going to hold it against you. I just rather you tell me. And it's not like she's never said anything like that before. I guess
just
in
hit
that place,
different.
I was ready to receive it, but I was like, you know what, man? I love your little ass, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Because you hear a lot of guys who say the moment that they express their feelings or they express their fears or whatever the case is, it's that moment that, and maybe it's a God thing. Maybe we built it up in our mind to be like, as soon as I tell her, she going. But a lot of guys share that story where they can't really go to their wife with that sensitive, loaded perspective as a man. It's like, nah, I'm supposed to be able to protect my family. I'm supposed to be able to like be the strong one. I'm supposed to be able to exhibit this like stoic shit where nothing don't shake me. But it'd be like, nah, I get scared too. I get nervous too. I have irrational fears too. I have thoughts that be like, what's that crick in my knee? I got cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like wild shit. Like that wild shit.
Yeah.
And we always find it funny when we both are in that space of like vulnerability.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll say it, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I'm glad you said something because I was feeling like
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?"
yeah.
But I say all that to say, like, it's cool to be able to have somebody that we be like, you know what I'm saying? Like we
Yeah,
be there
yeah.
with each other, and I think it's made me be a better dad, like a better, like all around person to know that no matter what's going on in the world, I have somebody that I can share that channel with. I can like fuck all of what it's supposed to be or what it looked like or what it may be, and I can just bring it. I don't have to doctor it up. I don't have to like put makeup on the shit. I
Yeah.
can just here's the truth. It's not made up. I didn't nice it up. I didn't pretty it up. This is what it is.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. And the thing is, like, you also have to be able to receive what
Facts.
comes after that,
Facts.
right? Because sometimes, like I was saying before, it may be something that you don't want to hear,
Yeah,
and you can't hold that against your partner,
it's true.
right? And so, like, my suggestion to everybody listening is, when you are embarking in a partnership, like we're talking about, actually communicating with your partner and everything, and actually growing, because as partners, you will continually grow.
It's a fact.
Like you're not going to be stagnant. Life is forever expanding, and so with your partner, if you guys to make that commitment, like we're going to grow together forever, and we're just going to grow. Like we're not looking to be static. We're looking to build, be the best version of ourselves independently for ourselves, but together. Things are going to happen, but I invite you guys to talk this through and let each other know, like I'm not your enemy.
Yeah,
I'm your partner.
it's a fact.
So, like, if I'm bringing something to your attention, it ain't to hurt you.
Yeah,
I'm not aiming to hurt you. I love you.
yeah,
I'm aiming to help you get out of this thing that you're going through,
it's a fact.
right? And so, like, when you can both receive that wholeheartedly, when you bringing out certain things, it may sting, but you're able to process it differently.
Yeah.
You're able to process it from the point of like, this person that's bringing this to my attention, I know they love me unconditionally, and they're bringing this up to me because I need to look at this shit in the mirror. I need to look at this,
Yeah.
whatever it is they're bringing,
Yeah.
and you don't see it as a somebody attacking you.
Yeah.
You look at it as an opportunity for growth.
It's a fact.
And when you embrace it and you work through it,
Yeah.
and that partner of yours know that they had something to do with that growth that you had,
Yeah,
stronger.
super strong.
Stronger.
Yeah.
And stronger. And your unity becomes such a fucking beautiful thing.
Yeah,
But that comes from a point of vulnerability
Yeah.
and actually making a commitment to each other that we're going to continually grow together, and understanding that we are not each other's partners.
Yeah.
We are each other's confidants, we're each other's lovers, we're each other's friends,
Yeah.
and we're going to help each other elevate and grow together.
fact.
And that changes the game.
That's a fact.
100%.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good.
Dope.
Anything? I know we started off with one topic and we went over. Now we're talking about.
You know how it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It all ties into happiness and being worthy.
Yeah.
It does. Because there's a certain level of happiness and joy that I get from being and feeling worthy. Like for having that inside of myself. I'm not getting it from my wife. I'm not getting it from my kids. I'm getting it from myself. But I'm able to share that. And because I'm able to share that in a place where it's like, my 8-year-old son is like a therapist. It's weird. We talk and I'll be like, we had a whole interesting litany of conversation last night at bedtime. Like, Dad, when you die, what do you think your last words are gonna be? And I'm like, I never thought about that. He's like, I'm like, because I told him you can ask me anything. I'm early. I'm setting the precedence. You can be free and vulnerable, and you can trust that whatever you tell me, it will be of most confidence. Like you can trust that. We talking, and it's like, well, how did your dad die? And what was his last words? And I can ask you anything, like anything? Yeah, anything. Because I want you to have this certain level of happiness in this space that you're in. And I want you to know that you are worthy of my full undivided attention. And you're worthy of this, I don't want to say highway of trust,
It's the level I will say transparency.
Yeah.
You know, a level of
It's
transparency.
all there.
Yeah.
Like it's all there. So it all ties in, especially these close relationships. You mentioned it before. Like the relationships you have with your family, like those are probably the ones that test your chin the most.
Yeah, 100%.
They do. Cause
I got
love
6
for
of them in the house. They test the
Ooh.
chin constantly.
Bing, bing.
Yeah, but I love it though. I love it, man. And there's been times even with the kids that we've had like family discussion. We're sitting in the island, everybody's there, we're talking, and a perspective was pointed at me that I didn't see.
Yeah.
And it's like a little resistance at first, like, nah, you guys ain't getting it. It's like, well, you know what? You guys are right.
Yeah.
You guys are right. And being able to be in that space was like, you guys are right. You guys pointed out something to me. And again, I know they're not my enemy. They know I'm not their enemy.
Yeah.
So why are we going to resist what's in front of us?
Yeah.
Let's work through this. Let's see where's the common truth here.
Yeah.
What can we use here to like grow? And there's been times where, they say certain things and I'm like, nah, but nah. And they're like, oh, no, wait a minute, Pops. You taught us. You. Not nobody else. You taught us to speak our mind.
Facts.
You taught us that when we know something is truth, to bring it forth.
Yeah.
That's all we doing. And it's like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. And so like it's again building that camaraderie, building that trust, not just with your partner, with your spouse, or whoever it is that you're around, to understand like we ain't enemies.
Yeah.
We're here to help each other grow.
Yeah.
And if we can take that same dynamic from our marriage to our relationship with our children, to our relationship with our coworkers, to our relationship with the people around us, to every being in this fucking world, and understand we ain't enemies.
Yeah.
Like if we gotta point shit out on each other, let's point it out in a way for growth for both of us, not for us to freaking fight each other to the death and be like, I'm right, you're wrong. No, this is not what this is.
Yeah.
But it takes a certain level of evolution and understanding of self for you to have that relationship with others.
Yeah.
But with your partner, that's a different story.
That's a fact.
With your partner, it starts to happen organically.
Yeah.
And most people don't embrace that growth. So they start to split apart.
Yeah.
And, once they split apart, sometimes it's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. And the things that happen while they're split apart, all the nonsense and noise and the lines that are crossed and this and that, kind of hard for you at that point to say, yeah, you're not my enemy. I love you. Nah, the shit that you did to me, that's some enemy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, this is good, bro. I know we could do this all fucking night, but you want to say anything else to the people watching?
Nah, man. I think I've expressed.
It's a lot. It was a lot, bro. We started off with what was it? Purpose and happiness. Perspectives on that. And a lot of everything that we just talked about has to do with the purpose and happiness.
It's a fact.
So it lines up. It's just we hit it from different angles, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't have anything to say, we can sign off. We good? Yeah, I'm good. All right, beautiful people. Wonderful, beautiful episode again on this Producers Edition with my boy, my brother here, B.
Peace.
And until next time, sending you guys much love and peace.